Hey guys, Gary here from Shifting Gears. I wanted to discuss some things today about motorcycle safety, motorcycle awareness. This video is for everyone, not just those of us that ride. We are very fastly approaching spring, which is when those who aren't year-round riders start to bring out their bikes. You'll see a lot more motorcycles on the road. For you that drive a car or any other vehicle on the road, you want to make sure you're watching out for the motorcycles. Motorcyclists have a big disadvantage when it comes to being able to be seen by vehicles on the road. So I want to make sure that people are aware of what rules there are to protect the motorcycles and what rules there are to protect vehicles on the road. So here we go. Let's jump right in. On a bike, we are constantly looking around in front of us, behind us, to the sides of us, in our mirrors, making sure that we know or trying to predict what the vehicles around us are doing. On top of that, we're watching our speed, we're watching for objects in the road, and it's a lot going on. So, cars on the road, you've got to be using your turn signals. This lets us know that you're wanting to move over. This, just using your turn signal, would prevent a large amount of the motorcycle accidents that happen. Not saying that's the only cause, because the speed the motorcycle is traveling also takes part in that. But I want to make sure that the vehicles on the road understand that we're trying to predict what you're doing before you actually start doing it. And we can do this by looking in your mirrors and seeing if you're checking your lanes, if you're looking over your shoulder. A lot of the times when the accidents happen, it's because we're not seeing any of these cues before you start making your move, which is dangerous for us on the bikes, but it's also dangerous for the cars around you. Use your turn signals. I have been trying to, while I'm riding, if I see someone up ahead turn their turn signal on, I'll slow down and give them a wave to come on over, so it encourages people to do it again. The same with giving the peace sign or the hang loose sign when someone moves over for a bike coming through. It encourages them to be more generous with the next biker that comes through. I don't know about you guys, but I've, in a car, let someone over in front of me where I had to hit my brakes to let them in or something to that effect, and they come over and you expect a wave, and when they don't give it, you're like, man, that makes me mad. But when they do wave back at you saying, hey, thanks for letting me over, it makes you more willing to do that again. It at least does for me. I want to take a quick moment to talk about the jacket that I have on. It is Good Trouble's Kevlar mesh jacket. This thing is so good. It's solid. It has the shoulder pads, back pad, and elbow pads to make it safer for if you do go down on your bike. This thing is loaded with features. It is a mesh material. It is breathable, so if you're riding in the heat of the summer, it lets air go through, you stay nice and cool. Riding in the winter when it's cold, throw a long sleeve shirt or a hoodie on underneath it. It'll keep you warm enough. I've had this thing on in high 70s all the way down to the high 30s, and have been really comfortable wearing it every time I've had it on. John at Good Trouble Supply Company put a lot of thought into how this thing was made. Some of the extra features that he put into it, it has his Good Trouble logo, the skull, on each of the buttons on it. Every pocket on the jacket is secured. It has a zipper and buttons at the end of the sleeve. That way when it's cold, you can button that thing right up over your gloves. No cold air gets up into your arms. It has like a pleat in the back shoulder, so when your arms are out on the handlebars and you're turning, your sleeve's not going to ride up. It extends from the back shoulder area, not pulling the sleeve up. It also has a eyeglass cleaning wipe on the inside corner of the jacket pocket or jacket. This thing, you have to get one if you haven't already. You can go to www.goodtroublessupplycompany.com and order it there. They're made to order, so you order it, they'll make it, and you'll get it within a couple of weeks. This is by far the best riding jacket that I've used while riding. You got to go get yourself one. This next thing that I'm going to bring up is one of my biggest pet peeves that I constantly see with cars that are swerving over into the lane that I'm in, or just kind of like fluctuating a lot in speeding up, slowing down. Put your phone down. Put your phone down when you're driving. No texting, no looking on social media. When you're driving, you should be focused on what's going on in front of you and all around you, not what's going on your phone. They have Bluetooth speakers, Bluetooth headsets. Cars have CarPlay, Android Play. There are so many options to where you don't have to be staring at your phone while driving. It is a risk for you, and it is a risk for everyone else. Now, the next topic that I would like to discuss is lane splitting. Lane splitting is legal in California. I believe that is the only state that it is legal in. I know that a couple of states are looking into making it legal. I'm all for it being legal everywhere. One of the biggest oppositions to lane splitting is it's unsafe, but in reality it is better for the rider and better for the bike. Let me explain. So when we're driving or riding on the freeway or on the street, if we're moving faster than the flow of traffic, we're the aggressor. We're making moves around objects or people that are moving slower than us. When we're stopped, we're completely vulnerable and have a harder time getting out of the way if something were to happen. So the idea behind it is we continue moving and can maneuver around cars that are changing lanes in front of us or objects in the road, as long as we're doing it at a fairly safe speed. There are laws to protect motorcyclists lane splitting. I will put up a graphic on here that you can see, but cars that prevent people from lane splitting can actually get ticketed for it. And if you prevent someone from lane splitting and it in turn causes them to go down on their bike or an accident, you're at fault, not the motorcycle rider. So keep that in mind the next time you're like, I'm not going to let this guy pass me, and you move over. That is a you problem, not the motorcyclist problem. I'll give you an example. I'm on my way home from work and I'm behind another motorcyclist and we're splitting lanes. The traffic is really heavy and we come up to a spot where there's a gardening truck and a diesel, and he's not able to make it through. He's revving the motor of his sport bike and nothing's happening. So he moves over to the left and waves me up ahead to see if my Harley could get them to pay attention a little bit more. I come up and I have my nose like right up in between them, but still not enough room to make it through. So I start, twisting the throttle, making as much noise as I can. Off to the right hand side, I hear a police siren, and I'm like, oh. He chirps his siren and gets everyone to pay attention. And then he says over the loudspeaker, "You guys need to move over and let these motorcyclists through." That was a eye-opening experience for me. The CHP even realized that the importance of us not just sitting in traffic. We're like sitting ducks if we're just sitting still in traffic. The hoodie I'm wearing under my jacket is by R4S Apparel. He does really good custom work. If you want a custom hoodie made, good prices, great quality on the hoodies, great quality artwork. You can give him an idea and he'll make a design for you. He'll make it look good. If you want any sort of custom hoodie or one of his shop hoodies, you can go to r4sartapparelco.com and check out and see what he has. Motorcyclists get a bad rap for people thinking that we think we own the road. That is not the case, at least not for most of us. There is a way for motorcycles and cars to coexist peacefully on the road. It's just a matter of everyone doing their part to keep things as safe as possible. Motorcyclists should be going faster than the flow of traffic for their safety. Motorcyclists should be allowed to split lanes to make it safer for them. And if the people in vehicles are appropriately using their turn signals, checking their mirrors like they should be, then it shouldn't be a problem as long as the motorcycles are going the correct speed. I do believe that the recommended speed is 10 to 15 miles an hour above the speed limit. For lane splitting, it should be no more than 10 to 15 miles an hour faster than the flow of traffic. However, we do get some leniency with the CHP and the police as long as we're not riding erratically, swerving in and out of lanes, putting other people and ourselves in harm's way. If you're on a motorcycle, make sure you're giving the peace sign or hang loose or however you want to give appreciation to those that move over for you when you're riding. Please, for the love of God, no more knocking off mirrors. That's just making the whole car world more irritated with us than they already are. And slow down a little bit. There's absolutely no reason to be doing 120 miles an hour weaving in and out of traffic on the freeway. Be smart, be safe. Cars, please, for the love of God, stay off your phone. Check your mirrors. Use your turn signals when changing lanes. This is all things that will help keep everyone safe so everyone can go home to their families. It's all about perspective, right? So we that ride motorcycles ride it because we enjoy it, but we also do it if we commute on our bike to save time, to not have to sit in traffic. If everyone that rode motorcycles instead drove in a car, that would mean you would be waiting in traffic longer to get where you're going. It's not necessarily we're, cutting in line, we're trying to get there faster. We're taking the risk of being on the road, vulnerable on a bike. And it's making it so there's less traffic for you. You should be thanking the motorcyclists, not angry with them. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button and that like button. check out some of the other videos that I have, and stay safe out there. For you motorcyclists and cars, keep it rubber side down.